What's up, YouTube? It's me, Arthur, aka the Indie Comics Book Guy. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. I upload a new video once, maybe twice a week. We talk about comic books. We talk about pop culture a little bit in between. As always, welcome. Join my chat nerds in the chat room so you can be a part of the conversation. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about what are your goals as a comic book creator and how to achieve them. It's that simple. We all have goals in life. I'm a person that firmly believes in achieving your goals. Having said that, there are two types of goals. There are the long-term goal and the short-term goal. The reason why a lot of people give up on their dreams is because they have this big, huge long-term goal. And they make steps, to try to reach it, but they give up because it seems so far out of sight and unrealistic to them. Their mistake. They don't set up those little tadpoles, those little short-term goals to make it happen. So when we talk about comic books, let me know in the chat room, my chat nerds, what are your goals as a creator and what are you doing to make it happen? So we're going to talk about this. Me and my co-hosts, we're going to talk about this. A lot of people want to be creators that I talk to, they tell me their goal is,
I want a cartoon, I want a movie, I want a TV show with my characters.
Nothing wrong with any of that. Nothing wrong with any of that. It's a small chance that's going to happen for you unless you take the bull by the horns and make it happen for yourself. It's that simple. Now, you hear a lot of talk, a lot of announcements.
Oh, my comic book has a film option. My comic book has a film option. My comic book has a television option.
Honestly, that don't mean shit. That's kind of like a first look deal where essentially they're saying, hey, we're going to option it and try to sell it to some investors or someone to actually make the movie. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Film options, TV options come a dime a dozen. Doesn't mean anything is going to happen. Look at Trill League. Nothing happens. Quibi kind of went belly up. Roku tried to, get the scraps that were left over. That's dead in the water. At least for now. Hopefully, future, something happens with it. But it is what it is. But you see a lot of these announcements about people's next comic book opus becoming a cartoon, TV show, movie. But the reality of it, and I said, take matters in your own hand. Every major city and small city has an independent film community. Talk to these people. Get to know these people. They may be able to help you develop your IP into an independent short film or feature-length film. It can happen for you. Now, it may not happen with this big special effects budget that you have in mind, but for some of your smaller projects that don't require this big giant budget, it can happen. Just look at some of the fan films that have been made starring Batman, Deadpool, Spider-Man, and so forth. You can go to YouTube and check them out. Just type in like Batman fan film or whatever the case may be. People are doing a lot with little to no budgets. So keep that in mind when it comes to your superhero IP or your zombie slaying IP or whatever the case may be. You can reach out to the local film community and they can help make that happen. They can help make that happen. So, some people's goals, they don't want to make a movie. They don't want to make a television show. What they want? They just want to get paid. They want to be a work for hire goon. They want to get out there and get hired by you, and you. That's what they want. Whether they are a writer, artist, colorist, letterer, editor, whatever the case may be, they want to pimp their services out to every creator that they can reach. They understand that this is a freelance market. Being a freelance market, you have to make connections to get these jobs. You have to make connections to get these jobs. So that's their goal. They want to pimp themselves out as a freelance creative and make a living that way. Nothing wrong with that. Kudos to everyone that can make it happen.
Jim Lee was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to be a freelancer.
He took the desk job at DC and never looked back. Never looked back. So, if your goal is to be a freelancer, my advice to you, network, show people your body of work, build a portfolio, build a good reputation in the community because people talk. People talk. Get the respect from your peers and the jobs will come to you. Don't just think everyone's just going to hit you up in your DM and it's like, hey, we want to hire you. Can it happen? Yes. But it'll happen more often if you get yourself and your work out there. Another goal for people. They just want to work on their creator-owned book. They don't want to work on your book or his book or her book or none of the non-binary people's books. They just want to work on their book. That's it. I know creators who have been working on their creator-owned book for the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And that's it. Do you see their work elsewhere? Every blue moon, but for the most part, they're just content with building their little corner of the universe and seeing their characters come alive within a printed format. Nothing wrong with that. My advice to anyone that's doing creator-owned work, ask yourself, are you doing it to hopefully make a living off of it and live off your IP, or are you just doing it for fun, something you do when you get off work, you draw a few pages, you write a few pages, or whatever the case may be. Once you have established that goal for yourself, whether it's you're doing it for fun, you're doing it for money, that peace of mind will come because some people just like the satisfaction of seeing their characters in print. Other people are like, yeah, I want to see my characters in print, but I also want to make some moolah. Decide for yourself. Some people want to work for an established publisher. That's when you get your Booms, your IDWs, your Dynamites, your Marvels, your DC. Nothing wrong with that. The weird part about it is I see a lot of indie creators shame other indie creators who say, hey, I want to work for Marvel, I want to work for DC, or whoever the case may be. I don't know where that came from and why people are shaming other people for wanting to get work. I think it's stupid that people are shaming people. But if you want to work for Marvel or DC, best route, remember that creator-owned book you made? Sell it. People want to see what you can do independently. And if you generate a buzz for yourself, for your IP, people will come knocking on your DMs. I've been DMing Rihanna for the last 5-6 years. She's not answering my DMs, but who knows? Someone, an editor from Marvel, DC, Boom, IDW, whatever the case may be, may DM you, and the rest will be, as I say, history. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video. What are your goals within the comic book industry? Is it to pimp yourself out as a work for hire? Is it to just work on your creator-owned book? Is it to work for Marvel or DC? Is it to get to the finish line, so to speak, and make a movie or television show based off your IP? Let us know in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, chat nerds. Let's talk about it in the comments. See you next video.